Yeah. Oh my gosh. That fucking movie. Okay. You guys have a good time? That was amazing. Thank you guys so much for coming. Let's get them up here. Let's do it. The one, the only John De Hart. Come on up. Come on, buddy. Thank you so much for coming. Well, never mind.
Well, good evening. Hopefully we all had a good time.
We had a great time. We had a wonderful time. I cannot tell you, I've seen this movie so many times. How many times I'm just having like a shitty day and everything blows and I'm like, come on, pretty baby. It's like, yes, that's okay.
Their dress was so tight. I mean, that's red dress. What are you gonna do? That's why I wrote this romance. This is a love story, isn't it?
Let's get into it. Let's go back.
Is it a musical?
Hey.
Or I got a new perspective tonight. It's a comedy. I got a good laugh out of it.
You loved it last time. You were having a blast. Your friends were all teasing you during the sex scenes. It was amazing. It was very fun.
They were doing that. They do that nightly. Actually, it's my.
Oh, that's there.
You're not my partner yet, but. No, have you ever got teased during a sex scene with your partner? I think that's actually kind of like part of being part of life. That makes it fun.
That's what makes it fun. So okay. Hey, you know what we didn't even say last time? We didn't even know, this is so dumb we didn't even notice it. This is the 20th year anniversary of GETEVEN. So crazy. So take us back in time. Let's start 1993, Los Angeles.
I was
Paint us a picture, John.
6 years old. And I thought, I'd write a note to my teacher, and it turned into a movie. Now, we actually did the original shoot, the principal shooting in 1993, the end of 1993, because I was only 6 years old. So I couldn't do everything. But the last edit and what you saw today, there are several versions, and this is kind of like the wimpy version in a lot of ways, because there was a lot more, extended. Some of these scenes were extended, and some of the versions, and kind of the reason we did it because it's a musical, all right? So if we had a little bit longer scene, we got a little more music.
There is one, I don't even want to give it away, but there's one scene one shot in the Champagne and Bullets cut, I call it. That was the original title for the movie. We'll talk about that in a second.
Bring that back.
Where Cindy, during the middle of the climax of the sex scene, looks straight at the camera. Yeah. And I'm sorry that wasn't in this version. But there may be a way to see. Wait, hold on. There may be a way to see.
Who makes these rules?
Yeah.
If she wants to look into the fourth wall, screw it. Let's see.
We talked about this. So we did a commentary together. You and Nate, the guy Nate Foss, who helped find this film. And you brought something up, which I found very interesting. You said you and your friends, when you made this movie, were trying to make a surreal movie. You kept saying.
No, it was me that decided.
Well, it was you.
Surrealism, one of my favorite movies is Clockwork Orange. And we did the principal shooting on this movie 1 year before Pulp Fiction. And IMDb compared this movie to Pulp Fiction or whatever. But we did it a year before. I'm actually into surrealism. That's my favorite form of comedy. Turns out to be comedy.
So did you? I'm trying to think.
Surrealism is where it's at. I mean,
well, right. It's
just a little bit tort.
So you always knew it was surreal, but you didn't think it was this. You just said before you didn't think it was a comedy. Is that something that you
It
realize?
can be a comedy, it can be a romance, it can be a musical. It's actually one long music video. But the idea is that the theater of the absurd. I've actually got a minor in drama from a accredited California college, and I'm going to repeat it again. One of the movies that had a great impact on me was Clockwork Orange. And this is not Clockwork Orange, I'm not going to say that. Even the film footage, the film stock that I chose, at the time we shot this, I wanted the surrealistic edge. And we selected a film stock from AGFA, who's no longer in business. But it gives you that grainy, surrealistic kind of like you get the reds and the blues. So I wanted the surrealistic edge, yeah. That was part of it. Okay. That was part of it before I even shot the movie.
But that's awesome. And another thing that made it even more awesome was, and I don't know if I've really got a straight answer. I've asked you this before. But then,
I don't give straight answers. They cost extra.
You are a lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah.
That means I passed the bar, which means I'm smarter than you are. So. No, of course not. 50% flunk rate. What can I tell you?
The shot that I love so much is why I'm saying surrealism, and then you added it later. You said was the your poodle with the black belt. I love that dog.
I love that dog.
That shot.
And she's still with me, and she's the most beautiful spirit that ever lived, including me. Pinky. Her name is Pinky. I would have brought her. But
what's it going to take to do the shimmy slide and bring Pinky?
She's hard. She wouldn't let us get through it without making her own comments. And I'm telling you, Pinky is, she's the best athlete I've ever known. That's why I made her a black belt. She's probably the first black belt mini poodle in the history of the world. And she deserves it. I'm telling you, this dog she is beautiful.
Bring her next time.
She's 9 years old now, and she's 63 years old, so she's like almost your age. Not quite. I'd love to bring her, but she wouldn't shut up. I'd have to put her and bring her in, and she will stand on her hind legs. She will leap. What would they used to say about single bound? She jump.
Oh, yeah.
She's a hell of an athlete. She's a black belt poodle. Look out.
What else did I want to ask you? Oh, Wingshauser, of course. The amazing Wingshauser. I could go, we've talked in the commentary, we talk a lot about, wait, before we get to Wings, we should talk about the future of GETEVEN. Maybe discuss it here?
It's a friend of mine who's not here tonight calls it GETEVEN.
GETEVEN.
Is Evan here?
You gotta get him.
Oh, okay, we got it. That's right, we got Evan.
What I'm getting at is, we are trying to release GETEVEN finally to the public.
Yes.
Digital downloads, we're thinking. Extended cut, the Champagne and Bolts edition. There is a future for this movie.
Oh, I want everybody to love...
I think everyone here has seen Miami Connection, I assume, right? I think this is way better than Miami Connection. But I think we can see that this movie can have another life. So that's what we're trying to work that out. So please spread the word about GETEVEN, ladies and gentlemen. But let's talk about Wings for a second. How did you get to know him?
I love Wings.
How did he get involved with this?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, there was like a very short list of people that I wanted to play this part. And it was Wingshauser or Dennis Hopper. And Wings took the job. And I'm going to tell you what, when I talked to Wings the very first time, and he asked me, why, I said, Vice Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we are playing, you saw in the trailers, we were playing that next Friday during the Neon Slime.
And Wings goes,
It's
that
amazing.
was my first movie.
Oh, he's so good.
But he's great. I love Wings. We're still friends. I talked to him before we aired
Before
this.
tonight?
Not tonight, but
I'm happy. I keep thinking he's going to comment. I keep thinking you're going to bring him as a surprise. But he won't.
well, you know, Wings is living up north,
Yeah.
and he's got commitments.
He's got
and whatnot.
stuff.
But we talked about it, and he's a sweet guy, and I love Wings.
And we talked about a little bit that he didn't, you were saying he didn't listen to you a lot during the movie, during the production. He kind of did his own thing, right?
No, the one thing about Wings is, you know, his father was a writer, and Wings started out as a writer, and Wings is very confident in that he can, like, you know, say what you know comes up. You never knew what Wings was going to say, and
We have no idea.
he'll admit that. So we did a lot of improv
Yeah.
that way. And that was kind of a wonderful experience because he got the character. What Wings does is he gets the character, and then he expresses the character the way he wants to. And I was not like getting out the whip and go, well, don't say this, don't say that, say what I said. He was a very wonderful spirit. He got the character. I could understand that. And on the other side was William Smith,
Yeah.
who's you know, what a better
Norman.
actor he is.
You may know him as Norman.
And he was letter perfect with just about everything I wrote.
Yeah.
So it was a wonderful experience, you know, acting with two guys with different methodologies.
Yeah. And they're both great.
Wings is so, you know, he's so creative. I paid him to play, you know, to create, and he's a very creative individual. He's great, both of them.
And whose idea was it? I can't remember. Was it yours or his to do the Native American man?
That was my idea.
Okay.
In fact, that you know, Injun Joe was Sam was the name of the character. That doll, I guarantee he still exists. He's a friend of a guy. He's a friend of a guy that I went to high school with. I mean, he's a friend. I mean, this guy, you know, anthropomorphism. Have you ever heard of that word? This Wooden Indian is a person, and a personal friend of a guy I went to high school with, and I borrowed him for the movie. He became a person in the movie.
So you got okay. So now that's three things now. You got to bring Chicky. You got to do the shimmy slide. You got to bring.
I gotta bring Sam.
I'm gonna let's ask some. Let's get some questions from the audience. Come on, we gotta have some. I got you right there.
How did you come up with the name Normad?
You know, I was asked this the first showing, and it's kind of crazy, but before I became a lawyer, I had a few showdowns with a judge named Norman. And I thought he was a prick, so I was going to name the judge Norman, and we had a typo. Someone typed Normad.
Stop the presses.
I like that better.
I like it better.
It fits. It's just he is a madman.
Everyone who says it in the movie, like they stop for Norman. Like it's. I didn't realize how many
He
times.
said, no, I'm going to keep the Normad. Forget Norman, even though he's a prick, and I like to make him out for what he is on screen. But Normad, he was a typo.
So there you go. Any other questions?
You in the back
There in the middle.
Will we ever be seeing a Get Even 2?
Oh, Get Even 2.
Well, yes, actually, the original title is Champagne and Bullets. And this is actually Champagne and Bullets Part 1, Get Even. Part 2, well, hopefully in my lifetime, but we're still working on it.
You wrote it though. You wrote it, right?
Yeah, I did write it.
Yeah. So it's like ready to go. Any producers out there?
Because I want to get Evan and I want to get another, producer with some money.
Anybody else? Oh, I'm sorry. The light is like, yeah, right there. Yeah.
Quick question. The great film, by the way. First viewing, thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Huck Finney character, when he was kind of in his final descent into madness, he started wearing orange all the time. Was that what? And then he stopped doing that. Was that your homage to Clockwork Orange, or what was the goal of that?
Well, no, it's like if you read Huck Finn, he had Tom Sawyer had like red hair and freckles, and it was kind of like a spillover. In the very beginning, Wings and I, we talked about the character, and he had one idea about it, and I had another, and he acquiesced to my idea with the straw hat and doing the thing like. But it's kind of like the Tom Sawyer influence on Huck Finn. It's like the red thing. I told you it's surrealistic. Did I tell you that?
That's what it is, asshole.
You're not an asshole. That's a good question. And then I'm going to tell you what. I don't know whose idea it was to actually put the orange in his hair. It wasn't mine. I'm not going to take credit for it. But I love it because it comes into the whole Huckleberry Finn, Tom Sawyer thing.
Next time we do a screening, I don't know, we'll give them a DVD or come in right here. Like, people died, that'd be awesome. I want to see Finnites.
Well, I'm glad I still got some hair, so I'm going to...
Yeah.
I'll dye it any way I got to do it. That's the business.
We have another question.
We aim to please.
Question, somebody? Yeah.
Did you have any stunt guys for the movie?
Any stunt guys?
Yeah, there's a lot of stunt
You
guys.
did. So the motorcycle scene.
I rode part way when they did the crazy stuff in the dirt and stuff.
Yeah,
That was a stunt man.
that is pretty good.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Right over here.
Oh, let's do one more. That'll be the last one.
So,
Doesn't have to be.
what really resonated with me was when Huck was just shooting through his bills. Is that something you may have actually done, or?
I thought about it. That's a funny thing because we were coming to the end of the day, and the director that I was a co-director, but I kind of counted on somebody else to do shot selections and stuff. And we don't have time for that. I said, yeah, we do have time for that.
He wanted to cut that? He didn't want to do it?
He wanted to cut that one, and he also wanted to cut the jail scene where Wings did that very artistic thing and drank bleach. And I said, no, we're going to do both. These were the end of the day shot. And that scene is a beautiful artistic scene, and that was done at the end of the day in one take. And so was the gunshot scene. You're gonna do it. That's the way it is. When you make a movie, you get a bunch of people together, and sometimes they think they're on a clock. But I'm going to tell you what, most of the people that are in this business that worked in that movie, they're not on the clock. They want the best outcome they can get, and they're going to give you 100%. And that kind of spirit, it's irreplaceable in life, really. And I don't know of any kind of job where people, they're gonna be there. You don't have to pay them by the hour. They're gonna be there until the finished product, and we put out the best, and we want to come out with the best.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It seems like you had, like when we talked about it before, it seems like this was a great scrapbook of that time, of your friends all getting together, working on some of your guys like Wings you didn't know beforehand, but it's like, it just seems like you guys had a lot of fun making this. This was I'm sure it was a lot of work.
Well,
but
it's probably the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
And when I'm doing the shimmy slide in the movie, my back, I was crippled, man. I can tell you what. You can see my eyes. I was on Percodan. I heard
that was really good for me when you first told me that. I
had hurt my back picking Wings up. Remember the last scene where I carry him to the car? Well, the way you shoot movies, you shoot them out of sequence, and that was one of the first scenes we shot. And he's a big guy, about 240 pounds. And I lifted him, and I didn't use my legs right, and my back was already a little soft. And so, there was a lot of. It was a very difficult job, but it's a labor of love too.
Yeah.
We have an actress.
I was gonna say. I thought there was somebody familiar from the film. Would you like to?
We have the girl with the brain right here.
That's right. Why don't you come and say hello? I want to hear another perspective. I'm sorry. What's your name? Lisa.
Hi, everybody.
What can you say about this film? What was
Well,
your experience like?
it's actually a very funny story how I got the part in this movie. I've been an actress since I was 19 years old, and the first film I ever starred in was with Pamela Bryant, who was one of my best friends who starred in the movie. And she had forgotten her wardrobe. I don't even know if you know this. And she said, "You have to bring me my wardrobe." And I said, "Are you crazy? I just got off a plane. I'm going to the beach. I'm not bringing you your wardrobe." The reason my hair is like totally frosted out, like I just got out of the ocean, was because I did. And I drove to Riverside to bring her wardrobe, and I got there and you said, "Oh, you're adorable, we'll put you in the movie."
I was drinking champagne at the time.
And then Wing said, "Yeah, we need some girl here to like kind of like not be the one that's the stripper or the
Or the angry lesbians.
the angry lesbian." So I said, "All right, well, what do you want me to do?" And he wrote this little scene, and we did that all in one take, and that's hard to do, to walk through someplace.
So you witnessed the shimmy slot. You were there at that shoot.
I was there.
She was a conspirator.
Yeah, you were a conspirator. You're good at it.
But it was a lot of fun, and I think you should do.
Food was good, huh?
The food was unbelievable. It was the best food I've ever had.
I had it catered by one of the best places. Wayne said this is the best food I've ever had in a movie. We did.
I think you should do.
That was my ex-girlfriend who was the nun.
Oh wait, you gotta tell us. That is such a good story. Let's. I know it's
Really
late.
not a good story.
Well,
It's painful.
it's a little funny.
Well, I'm going to tell you, when I wrote the script originally, I said to my girlfriend who played the nun in here, I said, because there's some sexy stuff in there, I said, why don't you, give me your input? I'm going to try to sell this script, or I'll make the script. But if I make it, I'm going to play it, and I'm going to play it like I wrote it. And so she, and this is the mild version, by the way, you saw tonight. And she said, "No, I want you to make it." Okay? Well, those steamy scenes with me and Pamela, I did not. Okay, that's the way it is. A lot of people say, "Well, you did." I did not.
They didn't. I know they didn't.
No, we didn't. Pamela and I had a good bond as actors, and that's all it was. But my girlfriend actually decided to leave me. And, so that's what happened. And that's what he thinks is a good story.
No, you told it a little differently. So it's a much different version the other day.
Whatever.
A couple weeks ago.
Well, go ahead and tell that version. That's what happened. And, it wasn't a real fun walk in the park at that time. We've been together a lot of years. That's why I had her play the nun. I didn't want her, showing everything and stuff. Anyway, it was. There was the good, the bad. Should I say the ugly? I don't know. There was a lot of good and a lot of bad. It was hard work. Making a movie, we did that. We did it on film. We cut the film. It wasn't like little digital stuff and everything. Instant feedback and cheap. It was very expensive. And but I loved it. And we did have a lot of fun.
And we love it, John. really do love this movie. It's so good. Honestly, thank you so much for coming, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, John. And honestly, spread the word about this movie. I want this light to keep going. It's so good. John's such a nice guy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to Video Nights at the Cinefamily. We'll be back next month. I think we might do the plug lady, if anybody remembers that from the 5 Minutes game. That's a good sign. Thanks to Craig over here. And the festival in August, so we'll see you guys soon.